Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a trust and then apply through the ATF website, the eForms website, to do a Form 1 to make a suppressor. I've got a couple that I've made here. These are ones I've made in my shop on my mill and lathe. I'll show you how to do those in future videos. They sound really good compared to the freeze plug baffles that my friends have done. And if you want to do an SBR, it's a very similar process. I'll put a link in the description below for the SBR method. That's been pretty well documented, but I found that to do a suppressor, there's a lot of incorrect information out there. So at the very least, I'll show you how to make a trust, and if you want to make an SBR, you can use somebody else's guide, but this is the successful process I've used to get suppressor stamps. So first, let's start with the trust. In the description below, you'll find a link to download 5 documents, and you're going to fill these out. Let's start with the first one. This is going to be the Declaration of Trust. You want to read through this carefully. There's fields where there's stars, and you fill out what goes between the stars. Take out the stars. So there'll be 5 fields, about 5. So there's going to be your name. You should use your full name here. You have to pick a beneficiary. This is the person who gets your trust when you are either incapacitated or you're no longer alive. There are 3 people you need to pick for your incapacity board members. These people will choose if the successor gets the property held in the trust if you're incapacitated. You'll also have to put your state in one of the fields. There are 2 of the fields here. Just make sure you go through the whole document. There's just search for the stars. It's the only stars in these 5 documents. There's also the date. And when we get to the notary part, I'll tell you an important detail about the date. So this one's the Declaration of Trust. You got to put your name in here and scroll down to the bottom. There's a couple spots in the middle, so make sure you don't miss those. You can just do a Control F and search for all the fields. There is the successor trustee and the beneficiary right here. And at the bottom, there is a place to get this notarized. What's important is that you do not sign anything on this paper until you get to your notary. Most banks will do this for free. If not, I think the post office will do it for you. So what's important is that there is a section right here where it says I certify. From here all the way down to the bottom where it says my commission expires, this must be on the same page. You can't have this part broken into 2 different pages. If you do that, you will get denied during your Form 1 process. And down here, if you can see it, it says your state. So this is the living trust. The second document we have is called the Certification of Trust. So there's a bunch of fields, and in here there is a month, date, and year you must put in. This must match the month, date, and year that you got this notarized, and there's a spot for the date way down here. So I suggest you date this and get it notarized on the same day, and then go to the Certification Trust and put this date as the same date. So you should do this all on the same day. Scroll through here. There's a bunch of fields you got to fill in, mostly names and dates, and then again make sure this is all on one page, and get this notarized also. Next document is the assignment of property. So you will have to put something in the trust for it to be a valid trust. What I've done before is put a $1 bill. Some people like a $2 bill or a $5 bill. So all you do is put your serial number here, fill this out, and you sign here. You do not need to get this notarized. Next, we have the Schedule A, which lists the contents of the trust. The same dollar bill, same serial, you put it here. And finally, there is the letter to the successor trustee. So this has a whole bunch of fields you got to fill out. Just scroll through it, search for the stars. There is, at the bottom, there's all the names listed in the trust. You'll need, for each person, you'll need their date of birth, their address, their phone number, their email, and the bottom line says the role that they play in the trust. So if you've done this correctly, you'll have the living trust, you'll have this notarized and all the fields filled out. You'll have the certification of trust, also notarized and all filled out. the assignment property, you'll have this filled out and signed at home. You do not need this notarized once again. You'll have the Schedule A filled out and also the letter to the successor. So all these, you should print them out, scan them as 5 documents. They should be PDF files. Make sure they're not too giant because this can cause you problems later, but just use a reasonable size. And so once you got these 5 created, this worked for me in Washington State. I'm not sure about different state laws, but at this point, you're ready to submit your Form 1. So onto the e-forms. You'll go to atfonline.gov/eforms. You'll register. You need to put your real information in there. It will email you the user ID, and I suggest you write down the password because their password requirements are kind of weird. You log in, and you'll get to this page. Now at this page, you want to find where it says Form 1. So just scroll through here, and there's the Form 1. Click directly on it, and the website sucks. Okay, so we'll do it again. The Form 1, we'll click directly on it, and each time you click on something on this website, you'll get a little hourglass, and you got to wait for the site to reload and do its thing. So for the first page here, just hit next. Here you pick tax paid. Don't put anything else in here. Hit next, and you wait. You pick no FFL. Right, in this first line it says licensee, permittee, name, corporation, trust, other legal entity. On this line, this is your trust name. This is not your name. On your living trust, it says this revocable living trust shall be known as your name, revocable living trust. That is exactly what you put into this line right here. Pick your country, fill out your address here, put the zip code. You do not need the +4. Hit next when you're done with this, and make sure the trade name is blank. Don't put anything there. Okay, at this point you're ready to add a suppressor or an SBR. So select Add Firearm, and here we go. There's a pop-up. The suppressor process I have down for here for SBR. Look at the guide in the description. For a suppressor, we'll go by manufacturer code, and in here you will put FMI and verify manufacturer, and this should fill it out for you. It'll say manufacturer validated successfully, and this should say Form 1 registration. Pick your country, hit next. Okay, product type. This is silencer. And you wait. And the model, there we go. The model, you'll pick N/A. It's the first N entry after the M's. For caliber, you'll have to pick a caliber. I suggest you pick the biggest one that you're gonna possibly shoot. You can always shoot a 9mm through a 45 can or even a 22, but you don't want to shoot a 45 in a 308 can. So pick the number here. If it's 9mm, pick 9. Just pick the digits here. So let's do a 45, and then in here, the next box, once the hourglass goes away, you'll pick the unit of measure. There's caliber, there's gauge, there is millimeters. So we're going to do 45 caliber. The overall length, this is the maximum length of the configuration of your suppressor, including end caps. So you can, from what I understand, you can make one that's shorter than this, but this is the maximum length. So in my experience, most cans are good with for 8 inches. A 6-inch will do okay on a 22. Just depends on the level of suppression that you want. So we'll go with the 8-inch can, and you have to pick a serial number. This must have numbers in it. So whatever your trust is, you could abbreviate that somehow. So let's just do SIL001 and state why you intend to make a firearm. In this field, you should put all legal purposes. This is, oh, my caps lock is on. This is kind of a fancy way of saying none of your business. Hit next here, and make sure this has all been filled out properly. For manufacturer, it should say Form 1 registration, model NA, product type silencer, caliber 45, and the barrel length should be blank. Overall length, make sure that matches what you put in, and the serial number is correct. And at this point you can upload some documents, but you don't want to do that here. Just hit finish. And it should fill out this line for you. Verify all these fields once again. Hit next. And at this point, you'll upload your trust documents. These should be PDF files. They haven't had no problem with PDF files. You have to select a document type, pick corporation, trust, other legal entity. It's the top one there. And you'll upload 5 files, and the title of each one you'll put in the description here. So you'll have one living trust, one certification of trust, one assignment of property, one Schedule A, and one letter to the successor. And so you choose your file here and you upload. And once you have 5 items in here, hit next. And of course it gives me some errors here because I didn't fill out all the fields. But at this point you're pretty much ready to go. You can, I think you pay first, and then you can sign and submit. And you will look in your email. You will get a thing that says it's been received. You have to pay $200 right here. If for some reason it's denied, which it shouldn't if you follow this guide correctly, they will refund you $200. So it's not a big deal. If for some reason in the future you decide you don't want to build the can or your SBR, you can send the stamp back. I don't know the exact process, but you can get your $200 back if you don't want to actually use the stamp. So yeah, and then once you submit this and you've paid and you get your confirmation email, you wait and you wait. You can use the NFAtracker.com website to kind of see when people are getting their stamps and compared to when they submitted them. Right now I think it's at least 3 months, but just a little bit over that. So there you go, guys. You should be able to submit your Form 1, and by the time you get your stamp back, I'll have my other videos up on how to make your own suppressor. And in about 3 or 4 months, you too can have one of these guys that you make at home for not a whole lot of money. They work really well. Let me know in the comments how this works out for you. Go apply right now. One thing I should mention is that every Wednesday their website goes down for maintenance. So I think I'm going to post this on Tuesday. So if you can do it today, that's great. Otherwise, you got to wait until Thursday at the very least. So yeah, subscribe to make sure you see my upcoming videos on the internals of the suppressor. I'll see you guys next time.